What's up guys, I'm BTC. In this video, I'm going to give my tier listing for Overwatch. This list is for version 0.8.1. I've been playing Overwatch since the second wave in beta and played nearly every day for 8 to 15 hours a day. I have played all the heroes, checking their strengths, weaknesses, and counters. Using all that information, I have compiled the following list. My tier list is broken down into 5, with 1 being the best and 5 being the worst. The point of a tier list is to help you know what characters you should be playing and what ones you should be avoiding. Although very good players can still succeed with bad characters, on average, you will do better with better characters. For my list, tier 1 is comprised of only 3 characters: Pharah, Mercy, and Widow. Pharah is a mid to long range hero that can do great damage and has an amazing ult. Most long range or backfield heroes have to worry about assassin types like Genji, Reaper, or Tracer sneaking into the back and getting easy kills. But because Pharah spends a lot of time in the air, short and mid-range characters simply can't get to her. Mercy can provide the best single target heal as well as a damage boost that can help teammates do huge damage. On top of that, the ability to revive her team after a fight makes her incredibly powerful. Widow has great long-range damage, the ability to evade assassin types by simply grappling away, and an ult that gives invaluable information showing where every member of the enemy team is. Tier 2 is very powerful and some of the best remaining characters available. Zarya is an amazing tank able to also dish out lots of damage when charged up. Her ult is also incredible for setting up other teammates more damaging ults like Hanzo, Reaper, Genji, or Pharah. McCree does amazing short and mid range. Even with his long range nerf, McCree is still one of the best damage dealers in the game. Tracer, when played by a good player, can stay alive for an extremely long time and harass the enemy backlines very well. The tick rate for servers as low as they are also makes it harder for people to hit her. Winston is the tank that enemy teams don't know how to handle. The ability to jump in and shield up the payload or half a control point makes it frustrating for the enemy team to deal with. Lucio is a great support character, providing both heals, speed, and a huge health boost from his ult when his team is trying to take or retake a point. Genji can not only harass the enemy backlines, killing supports and snipers, but his ult also does incredible amounts of damage, able to easily deal with tanks holding a point. Tier 3 is for average characters. These heroes aren't great, but they're still a viable part of any team. Soldier 76, while his ult is lackluster, his damage is solid and team heal helps with sustain. He's a solid hybrid character, a mix of damage and support. His major flaw is his ultimate ability, which actually gets worse and less useful the better the player is that's controlling him. Reaper can do lots of damage in short bursts. He can sustain himself with souls, and his ability to become immune can be amazing. However, Reaper suffers from an agonizingly slow teleport and very short range on his attacks. Reinhardt is a solid all-around tank. With one of the few hard crowd control abilities in the game, his ult can be the death of an enemy team. His shield allows him to pretty much stand in place and control whatever area is behind him. D.Va has great survivability, able to continually resummon the mech as long as she gets away after it gets destroyed. Her ult can clear an area and the defense matrix completely negates most attacks, including ults. Junkrat can zone out an area by spamming grenades constantly. These can be done at an angle so the enemies never have line of sight on Junkrat. Mine jumping also allows better positioning, but his ult is easy to see, easy to hear, and can quickly be destroyed. Hanzo is a mid to long range character that can do incredible amounts of damage, but has a difficult time dealing with assassin types that get in the back lines. His ult, while powerful, is easy to avoid. He also gives true sight of enemy movement like Widow, but on a much smaller scale, albeit more often. Tier 4 characters are generally bad, but can sometimes be used in place of other characters with similar roles. Roadhog, when it comes to tanks, is kind of odd man out. He's great for hit and run tactics, when you go in, hook an enemy, kill them, and then back off, but in shorter, more intense fights, he suffers from not having any shields or armor. Mei is a short-range character with freezing abilities that just aren't that great. The wall quickly goes away and is more of a nuisance than anything. Zenyatta's best ability is Discord, which greatly helps with killing an enemy tank. Everything else he has is okay, but other supports tend to do a better job. Tier 5, also known as the dumpster tier, is for the worst characters in the game. These characters are very easily countered and don't add much to the team at all. Nearly any other hero would be a better choice than these. Symmetra is half worthless on defense and nearly completely worthless on offense. By the time she has ult, the first point is already going to be nearly gone, the shield is meh, and the turrets are weak. Bastion is incredibly easy to kill by any assassin type, basically useless on offense, and easy to avoid in payload maps when on defense. Torbjorn suffers from a lot of the same weaknesses that Bastion has. While his armor packs are okay and a nice little buff to the team, his turret is harder to reposition than Bastion. While it does have immunity to some ults like Hanzo's, it's still easy to avoid or destroy and takes a lot of precious time to rebuild and upgrade. And that's it, guys. That is my tier list for Overwatch patch 0.8.1. Unless there are significant buffs, nerfs, or redesigns to the characters, I predict most of the heroes will stay roughly where they are for quite a while. I make regular Overwatch content here on YouTube and on Twitch where I stream Overwatch. Please subscribe if you would like to see more. Thank you for watching. Remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault.